Hey, what's happening today? I am very excited to bring you a new review. This is NewAge 25 and 26 Herbie and Vanishing Point, their take on Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. This is actually, I think, their second Bumblebee, but this is a much more accurate rendition of him as far as the original animation, and that of Cliffjumper as well. So there's just Bumblebee again, Cliffjumper again, Cliffjumper taking out Megatron. So, yeah, very cool. Very excited to get these. Did get these from thechosenprime.com. Initially was going to pass, but they are awesome. They're really great. We'll take a look at them in a sec. So here we have them out of the package. Herbie. Very cute little bug. So, tiny little guy. And well proportioned, that definitely that little chibi style. And, you know, pretty compact. So, good looking. Looks just like the animation. And, of course, Cliffjumper as well. He's very smushed down and chibi looking as well. And it's great. It's really cool. It looks good. So, yeah. I dig it. So, you know, a little vent there. And they both roll, which is awesome, considering how small they are. So they both have four wheels that move. So, yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. So, for size comparison, we'll bring in an old penny. Just a comparison to how little they are. And, you know, they're originally basically based on penny racers. So, yeah. Cool beans. So, just to bring in for scale, another NewAge Transformer. That's Harry, so obviously Prowl, and that's the, I believe, the EX version that's more toy accurate with the clear windshields. But yeah, pretty teeny compared to him, but appropriately so. You know, there's just the two of them together. So yeah, pretty cool. Not bad. We'll just bring Bumblebee back so we can do a comparison with NewAge's first rendition of the bug. So that is Flipper, and he's quite a bit bigger. So they really managed to shrink him down. And he does not have rolling wheels, despite being that much bigger. He's a lot cheaper, but I don't know about now, at the time, you know. So, and just because I don't have Cliffjumper, but I do have Bumblebee, this is the original keychain re-release. So, there he is, and you can see really he's got that same shape, that same form, more or less. So, yeah, very cool. Now, they do come with some accessories in the box, some of which you can use in vehicle mode. You have this alternate optional piece for the back. So, if you wanted to swap out the tire, and I think that this actually comes standard on it. But I don't know, that look instead, you could do that. But I like the spare tire look, so yeah. And the other accessory you get is for vehicle mode anyways, is little skis. And they are magnetic, which is cool. So that's for Cliffjumper. Because, you know, it happened one time in the cartoon. Of course, that's how we do it. But, yeah, so you can have them on little skis. So that's cool. So, yeah. And it's cool that they're magnetic. That way they'll all stick to each other. And you won't lose them. Or it'll be harder to lose them. Now, they do come with weapons as well, but there is no weapon storage that I'm aware of. So, I could figure out. Obviously, Cliffjumper, as you'll see in a second, his weapon storage, it wouldn't be able to fit anyway. So, yeah. So, we'll get into that in a minute. So, let's do Cliffjumper first. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Cliffjumper transformed. It's a relatively simple transformation. It is pretty cool in its in engineering and everything, and it does some interesting things. So hopefully I don't mess it up and showing you guys. So open that up and get this separated. Kind of pegs in right there and right on the door as well. Hopefully get that separated a little bit. And then we can open up the legs, as you see. Split them. And this is the tricky part, and it's just because everything rotates. So see, that's the little ball joint. Get that over, get this around, and around, and oh yes, separate this. I swear I literally just did this. There we go. Get that around like that. And there you have the leg. So if you didn't see that, I'm going to try to do it again on this side. Get it folded over. This needs to move. Okay. Okay. And there we go. Wait, his foot's backwards now. There we go. There's little boat feet, and it's not that bad. It's actually better than a lot of renditions of him, of both of them. You know, with regards to the foot, and none of this is too fiddly. I wouldn't think. It's just the size of the figure is very small, so it's going to be a little bit, you know. But basically, get these arms straightened out. Get these. Let's see. I need to pull the arms out first. No. Get these flaps folded up. That. And then we take this roof piece, or back piece, and get it all the way up. This whole thing will rotate. And you just have the faux roof, or the hood, the roof, I mean, on there. And this little back spoiler even folds up there. So, and then just get these tucked in like that, and like that. And then you gotta just straighten them out. And there you got them. Little Cliffjumper. So yeah, awesome. Awesome looking. Great head. Great paintwork. You know, this, all these cutouts and stuff bothered me at first when I first saw it. And when I know what it does and how clean it ends up being, and just how easy the transformation really is, essentially, it doesn't bother me as much. I think it's cool. I think it's cool how they did that, and they got the form right, even with being just the underside of the roof. So really cool. So yeah. So Cliffjumper as an accessory does come with this, obviously. This giant cannon. And that comes apart. Don't know why. I guess you could use it without the stand, but yep. And again, there's no real place to store it, but you can get his arm freaking straight first. You can. It's so tiny I can't even notice. You can have him doing that. Have him laying down. You know, that whole thing. So that's the only gun he necessarily comes with. Articulation-wise, head, it's on a ball joint. It's kind of on the back of the head, so you got options, but it's a little weird. You won't look down any. You know, tiny ball joints. This elbow goes both ways. A little ball joint on the wrist. So, and a little ball joint here. Swivel up there. Knee, just that much, not too much, because this thing gets in the way. I guess you can move that. Get the full extension of the knee. And then his feet you know, rock and turn and all of that stuff. So pretty cool. Good stuff. So just for a little comparison here, we'll bring in, I'll raise it up a little bit. We'll bring in Megatron. So this is a NewAge Megatron. So yeah, just so you can see how much smaller he is than Megs, another one of their bots. Get him standing up straight. It's kind of pointing how small he is. Yeah, so yeah, pretty tiny guys. Very cool. And let's just roll in Bumblebee, and we'll get him transformed. Okay, so very similarly to Cliffjumper, if not almost nearly identical, we're going to get him transformed the same way. So easier to split that up, I think. Get that pulled out. Get that opened up. And get this turned around. There we go. There we go. All right, just had him facing the wrong way. Okay, get this all turned around again. And yeah, the only, like I said, finicky bit. I mean, these turn all sorts of ways. You just got to remember which way to turn it and how much to turn it. And apparently I'm failing at that. But also, just the parts are really tiny. That's it. I mean, it's not even a complaint. It's to their credit. It's just harder to manipulate because they're smaller. So get this out of the way. And get the shoulders out of the way with these. And Bumblebee was actually the first one I transformed. So I don't know why. It's the same thing, but had an easier time with Bumblebee. So oh, his feet are backwards. But yeah. Oh gosh, his whole waist is backwards. That's what it is. My bad. As I'm saying, oh yeah, I know my way around Bumblebee. Anyway, there he is. And he looks spectacular. He looks really good. So yeah, that excellent face. Different enough from Cliffjumper's. Really cool. Again, with the shoes, they look a little better on him. And not as big as they've been in the past. You know, from this side, it kind of breaks it up a little bit. But it looks good, you know. So I didn't mention this articulation there, but he's got an ab crunch as well. So they both do. So yeah, very, very cool. And he does come with 2 accessories himself. He comes with this little jetpack, which you take off. You have to take off one of his accessories there. Plug that in. It looks pretty good. And his tiny gun, which really tiny, but it looks good. His hand. So yeah. So we'll bring in some other bots for comparison. Okay, so we'll just bring back Cliffjumper, aka Vanishing Point here. Let's see what they look like next to each other. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad. And we'll also bring in Prowl. See how they scale with a regular car bot. I think that's pretty good. I think that's actually pretty accurate to the cartoon. So really cool. And let's see here. We'll bring in a Flipper. It's NewAge's last version of Bumblebee. And I love this toy. It's really more reminiscent of the comic. but it's still really cool and for what it is and what it did. So, but a lot smaller, definitely fits more in line with the even the shade of orange, or the shade of yellow, which is more orangey than this this brighter Eastery color. Yeah, it does a lot more stuff. So, and it gets a lot more stuff right with regards to the animation. This is kind of its own thing. We'll bring back Bumblebee, transform on camera. It's a tough one. So there's what he looks like with the original guy. Just so you can see, this is more or less for scale, just so you can see how much smaller he is than the mini body he's based on. So pretty cool. And just for my prime stand-in, so you can see how he looks with a prime. I don't think that this works as well, but maybe it does. That's the Magic Square version of Optimus. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, very excited about these guys. Really just love the engineering and the paint work. Everything that went into making these little guys is awesome. Really cool. Some of the best Legends stuff we've been having as of late has been coming from NewAge, and this is just, yeah, their latest thing that is great, knocking it out of the park. So let me know what you guys think of the toys. Like I said, I did get them from thechosenprime.com. Let me know what you think of the review, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.